It is preparing
Yep.
to live stream.
Hey.
I have got a
They
thing
told
that
us-
says we are live.
Hello, YouTube.
What's the link?
Hello,
And I will tweet the
friends.
link as soon as we have
Oh,
it.
there it is. Actually,
I nearly
see
clicked the
Oh,
Oh, leave meeting button when it came up to
Oh,
tell me we'd gone live
Oops.
by accident.
I'm muting it so
Oh,
I
good.
don't. Then we can see comments.
Yay!
If we want to see comments. Just
Yeah.
never read the comments except
Don't
for
read
Just be careful
comments.
for participants reading comments. There might be, I don't know if there's.
Yeah.
Ooh, hints?
Oh,
I
yeah.
will totally.
Not read?
Thank you for letting me
Wait.
know
I
that.
don't know. There is a delay.
There's
So,
a delay, but I
maybe I won't read them while we're playing. I'll read them between rounds.
yeah, that might be the.
Perhaps.
And remember, there is point stealing. So until both teams have attempted to answer.
Wait,
I
stop.
love that you think that we remember any of the rules.
Ah.
I've never played this before, so I have
It's
no idea.
literally
I have
just
no
a
memory
quiz.
of point
I
stealing
had to remind
whatsoever.
myself. Yeah, I mean the rules are.
It's like there are questions and you give answers, and that's about it. So it's
I am
not-
sending out a tweet.
Right.
Um,
Anthony, you
I
should
will
read-
go Twitter it.
There's an
Yeah,
article
tag
from a
us in
couple
it,
weeks
yeah.
ago about how the Unification Church is the reason we have sushi across America. They heavily funded. They basically thought sushi was their leader thought fish was the future of humanity. It was like a way to achieve enlightenment, and so he funded sushi restaurants and sushi distribution. And it's like, you know, the Thai government funds Thai food in America. They underrate chefs and so forth. And apparently, the Unification Church is why we have sushi.
I mean, that is pretty enlightened.
I lost
I'm okay with
the
that
train of
part.
thought for why Glenn is sharing that with us, which just makes it officially a Glenn.
You know, it
podcast.
doesn't matter.
Anthony was commenting he would not.
Japanese takeout and yeah.
Yeah,
never
it
mind.
would be problematic. Of course, that includes teriyaki. I'm sorry.
All right.
It's all stuff from the seas. It's 7 seas worth of things.
Hey, very
Oh. Boo.
There's at least so anyone watching the YouTube, if you could just somebody in the chat, do you have audio and video of us? That's always a good thing to check before we we do this thing. There's a bird
May have
yelling
to
in the
go off
distance.
camera to. Oh, I just read about that in the New York Times. Turkeys everywhere. College towns track turkeys. The headline said. Which I thought was pretty
Okay,
good.
this is now very surreal. Right now I can see. I just went to the streaming page.
Okay.
No,
I'd love to
Egon
join a stream
0119
and just hear
says-
the
An
church is why we
amazing-
have. That's good.
Audio and video seems
Philosophical
fine.
maze of infinite reflections.
It's when you hear the audio twice that it's
Will
fun.
Wagner says, love to join a studio just here. The church is why we have sushi. So that's like you've gotten the full
So
Glenn
we've learned
placement.
that the microphone works. Sound is here.
Mic chest. Search church makes sushi. Mic test.
All right, look, participants and scorekeepers, you are all recording locally.
Yep.
It is unusual that we do video for a game show, but this is special. This is not like all the other game shows. This is a Thanksgiving Day 7 game show, a now pseudo tradition, and that this is the second year in a row I've done it.
It's the second annual.
Second annual. So
Did you tweet yet,
I-
Tony?
Yes,
I
Yeah,
did.
I'll retweet that.
did I?
I
Yeah.
tweeted.
Did you
I
tag
forgot.
us?
I tweeted everybody but Anthony Johnson.
Anthony!
Oh,
No!
Anthony.
Oh,
Oh!
and this is how you
podcast.
find out
He
you're not
retweets
playing.
that now.
well, I don't have it either. Did you see me? Or a different Glenn?
You know what? I tweeted. I tagged Annette twice, and
I win. I
this
win
is-
already.
The part
James,
of Glenn
mark
will be
that
played
down
by,
as extra points for me.
This
the
is
part
going to
of
be.
Glenn will be played by Tony today.
So,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
and for every point you get 2 points.
Yes. Who's
I
on
put
my team?
I
That's still
really
the-
messed up my count by including both myself, not a good idea, and and Annette twice.
Awesome.
We'll try this
Well,
again.
that's it. I guess
No,
Annette, you and I
I'm
are
trying to
now
pretend I'm
nemesis.
working right now. So thanks for spoiling all my clients. Don't read
One
this.
of the
Right.
Annets is
Um,
working.
This is
Yeah.
Canadian Working Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let's just see. We have
This is-
7 people watching. We might have more now that I've tagged people appropriately on Twitter. Who knows? There's no,
I'm
there's
watching
no way to know.
Now I'm gonna
Um,
post that. I'm gonna retweet that tweet. Then we'll have 8.
I'm
maybe.
not even seeing the tweet. Where did you?
I don't
from
see your tweet
your
yet. From
account?
T Sindler.
He
From-
still
you
forgot
there we
to.
know, it's
It's
from
from
the
the
game show.
Oh, from
Oh, game show. All right, this is all
Game
very
show, sorry.
confusing.
I was like, I did get Anthony Johnston and not. There was one time I meant to tagged James in something, and I tagged some other like. football
Speaking of
Random
tagging
James.
James, you tagged him twice in this tweet.
He's so great. Did I miss?
So who else
anyone?
got missed off then?
Okay, there we go. You tagged Hitler. I don't know why you did that. It seemed really was
Why does
controversial.
why does he have an account? So
This is all very disturbing.
mm,
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
Okay.
There we go.
Well,
Okay,
I'll retweet that one as well.
I'm live. Recording.
thank you, Glenn.
Oh, notice
I've been
in
recording
honor
for
of
like
Tony.
minutes.
In honor of Tony, I am drinking
Oh.
from my Batman glass.
Batman.
Aw.
Black glass Batman. Yeah.
Black on black, none more
Nice
black.
use of varnish.
Excellent.
The
I'm drinking
Fullerton
tea
glass.
from my Life is Perfect with
I'm
Cats
drinking
mug
Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
I'm
He
drinking tea
has
from my
on my cats.
entirely
Got water.
faded New Disruptors mug. It's unreadable.
Oh, okay.
Just-
I thought you
I
had
have water as well.
water in a glass.
Cheers,
That's right.
James.
It's midday, and not very many people are drinking yet, depending on your time zone.
But it's 5
Oh.
o'clock here. We could be drinking. but-
Oh,
we,
well,
we could be, but even for me,
I'm my
5
own
is a
boss.
little
I
early.
could be drinking.
it's a holiday, people in America. So,
Holly jolly
You can observe that.
50% of you.
thing.
yeah.
I
It's
I
a
always give
day
thanks
of
today
the
because I get very little email.
That's
People aren't opening their P-Calc Thanksgiving gift in America
No.
and trying to figure out how to.
Nor rolling their Thanksgiving dice.
That sounds like a great tradition.
like the dice are all shaped like turkeys. They're not great.
they
but
they don't roll very well.
Yeah.
Drumstick dice.
Even I rarely drink
This is
uh,
going great.
at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
It depends on the afternoon, really.
Unless you're in a podcast.
For
with
me,
Glenn,
too.
then it's required.
I mean, it's a Thursday, so
Always Thursday.
All right. How are people feeling? I think we're into double digits showing up to watch. So things are
Hi,
working.
friends.
We are
Ahoy, ahoy.
we're gonna play some game shows.
Shows.
Just one.
multi-
Thing is
Wait,
just
I
one.
only
Just
prepped for
one.
one.
I only signed up for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Evan.
we're just gonna keep rolling through various
Uh,
game shows.
Well, that'd be a
so
good
this is-
fundraiser. 24 hours of Tony games, and Tony would just
I
go
think I-
slowly and
Oh gosh.
matter
could
and
do-
matter.
I could run. I suggested I would run a 24-hour Dungeons and Dragons game, and Dan was like,
Ooh.
"That would kill you." And I was like, "I would do it once, then I'm done forever." That's how I get out.
Tony,
One
I would
last
play it.
job.
I would play it.
I would
Oh,
too.
the players would not be 24 hours. The players would rotate through. It would be
Yeah,
about.
raise it.
Okay,
Okay,
but
so
I
you
want like a 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Stupid. I'd be like, that's what I want. I want
Okay,
$1
so
million
here's
for
the
charity.
thing, though, is we could cycle the Dungeon Masters too.
No,
Oh,
that's
true.
that's less about.
He says
self-destruction
no.
than- Yeah.
I want to die at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that we can arrange that.
There's
Yes.
the episode title.
In character, not real life.
Yes, in character, not in real life.
So
You got to specify things.
Yes.
Listeners, I guess the bootleg has been rolling for quite a while now. That's the kind of tight
You're welcome.
operation we have here. Welcome back to the bootleg recording of. Welcome back? No, just welcome.
Oh, what are you
Everything's
doing?
great.
The question.
I'm just
We haven't even been
What is
drinking.
in that coffee, Tony?
Not enough coffee. That's the problem. It's not in my. I just started drinking. It's not in my bloodstream yet. This is our second annual 7RC recording, a game show with an extremely constrained format that I am just really fighting against. But I think we might as well get started. Welcome back to a game show on the Incomparable Network. It's me, Tony Sindelar, and I will be your host today. Today is a very special game, a game we can only do so many times because the premise is not so great. That's right, it's time for episode 2.5 of 7RC, the game show where all of the questions are about 7 or C, an extremely constrained format. Allow me to introduce our players today. On Team 1, it's Kathy Campbell.
Hello. I'm here.
Joining. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I don't know how game shows work.
I don't know either.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Joining Kathy on Team 1 will also be Anthony Johnson. Hi, Anthony.
Hello, Tony. Hello, Kathy. I had completely forgotten that we divide into teams on this.
It's okay, me
Tell you
too.
how much I remember of it.
There's no one I would rather be on a team with than Anthony.
Oh, bless.
It's
Excuse me?
Wow.
Well,
Buttering up my
She's,
teammate, Annette. You know I will always pick
from across the battlements.
What am I, chopped liver?
Team 2. You recognize that voice. It's Glenn Fleischman, one half of Team 2. Hi, Glenn.
Ahoy, ahoy.
And joining Glenn on Team 2, it's Annette Weirstrap. Welcome to 7RC, Annette. You are the, I believe, the one new player this year.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I would rather do it with no one other than Glenn.
It's a theme.
You are well prepared.
Yeah.
Well prepared.
Super
I never
well
know what
prepared.
I'm doing.
We're going to win this thing, Glenn.
Maybe. Helping me
Can
out
you
is
win
my
this game?
scorekeeper, aide de camp. Yeah, there's a score. Keeping that score is James Thompson, inventor of PCalc. James, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Unlike last year, the chaos of last year, I have a spreadsheet to track the score.
James was basically, I think, drafted into scorekeeping, I think more or less mid last year's game because there was an uneven number of players.
That's right.
That was amazing.
I think I was just in the room.
Yeah, you met the most important criteria available. But he's back this year. We have a spreadsheet to keep track of the score. James has fact checked some of my answers. Additional answer quality provided by Dan Morin and librarian extraordinaire Jeremy Goldstein. So let's just say that the quality of things is incrementally better than previous years.
Well, I can confirm that the questions and answers might be incrementally better, but the players are not.
All the same, pretty much, except for Annette. So
yes,
which is obviously better.
James remains a scorekeeper in our lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let me just remind you a little bit about how 7RC is going to work. All the questions are about 7 or C loosely. There will be 3 7 questions, 3 C questions. I realize that saying 3 7 questions is a confusing statement. There will be 3 questions about the concept of 7. I don't know if that improved clarity. And then there will be a final round that will attempt to combine elements of both of those things. There is point stealing, so each question is worth multiple points. Points unclaimed by the team that starts with that question can be claimed by the other team. So do not shout out things to help the other team unless you can't help yourself.
I can't help myself.
Yeah, as is traditional, the team with more letter C's in their names will go first. Assuming I have spelled your names correctly, that will be team 1.
That's
with a total score of 1 C.
Damn you, Yiddish removal of C's and transliteration. So I don't have a C in my last name.
That is worth 0 points, but team 1 will go first. I believe, based on my arbitrary concept of how the rules go, that we will alternate. Unless one team gets far ahead, in which case I'll change the rules arbitrarily. Again, point stealing is allowed. There it is. We go by team, not by individual, so you are always free to collaborate as a team. Any questions from the players before we get into it?
I've got lots of questions.
All right.
About the game.
About 7RC. All right. I've had my ceremonial sip of coffee. Team 1, it is time for the first round. And so I must ask you, 7RC.
What do you think, Kathy?
You know what? Let's go for the number. Or no, just kidding. Let's go for the C. We have a C in our name. We're gonna go with the C.
All right.
Yeah, that makes as much sense as anything.
right. I gotta think logic for our listeners. We gotta have reasoning behind my choices.
There is technically a strategy to 7RC, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. All right.
I don't believe you.
The logic is that the 7 questions are sometimes worth more points than the C questions just by construction.
Easier to steal on 7s.
Yes. Question 1 for question 1 C. Many points up for grabs here. As we all know, the word cheese starts with the letter C, and there are many types of cheeses that start with the letter C. Team 1, I want you to name up to 7 cheeses that start with C. Team 2, you'll have the choice to get some additional points if you can come up with additional C's. Just as an example here, in case those instructions were unclear, brie is a lovely cheese that would be worth 0 points for this round. Your goal is to come up with cheeses that start with C. Anthony and Kathy, what can you do for us?
So,
Camembert, obviously.
Yep, and cheddar.
Oh yes.
And
That's it. No others. What you want?
After that, I'm struggling.
Anthony, don't you go into
Twist.
Waitrose? Haven't you looked at the cheese aisle?
Do you know what I'm actually doing right now? I am replaying the Monty Python cheese shop sketch in my head.
Nice.
Wensleydale has a W, so that doesn't count.
Cheddar, white. Cheddar, sharp.
You'll notice I am not clicking any buttons.
Yes.
Going.
James will be
Lancashire
scorekeeping
has
and
a C in it.
it
What's
has
the
to start
place in
with
London? It's the
start
old
with
cheddar
letters.
cheese in London, Anthony. Is that right? Is that the pub?
James, you will be scorekeeping and you will be serving as judge for whether these are legitimate cheeses or not with comforts from me. I think so far they have named things that are cheeses. It's questionable how many points there
All
were.
two.
I
But,
think
but if they were to name something that is not a cheese, we could debate that. So far, I will give team one. I will not points. I will give them respect for consistency in naming things that are cheeses and not things that are not cheeses.
I will gladly take that inspiration. Does
yes,
that mean
you
I
gain
get to roll
inspiration.
two dice?
That is transferable to another podcast, not redeemable in this podcast.
I get so
brand-
confused, Tony, when you're in charge.
Yes.
There's a
Bold
brand
as
of
life.
cheese over here called Cathedral City. Surely that's worth
Oh,
two.
that's a cheddar.
Yeah, but it's Cathedral City. Two C's.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's tough.
No, it's like- If Cathedral City, I think it is a cheddar. If it wasn't a cheddar, you might be in with a chance, but it's just another cheddar. You've named like 7 cheddars.
yeah, and they're all delicious, and they all are very distinct and taste differently.
It is the best cheese. I will give you that.
Okay.
I want mac and cheese.
How
That's just the word cheese. Oh, you're on the other team. You're hustling them. That's
about
logical.
cow's milk cheese?
No.
I mean, that's most cheese.
Mm.
Yeah, not the good ones. That's
James,
so-
just scorekeeper aside, how many points have they gotten so far?
They have got 2 points so far.
2 points.
Yeah, which they got within the first 3 seconds.
Well,
And
The
everything
rest has
else.
just been
strong out of the gate.
flan.
James and I do have a list that has at least 7 cheeses on it. So
Yeah.
and there
I'm
are.
impressed.
I'm willing to believe. Well, James wrote most of the list, and I'm willing to believe there are cheeses beyond our
Our
current.
Beyond
understanding.
your comprehension.
Yeah,
There are more
There are cheeses,
in
Horatio.
heaven and earth.
these are cheeses that science currently knows, but other cheeses await us on the horizon. Team 1, I'm going to give you a little bit more time, and then we're going to go over to cheese 2, team 2,
Okay, Anthony.
or as I call them, cheese 2.
In French, is there a cheese that you can think of that starts with a C?
That's camembert.
Oh,
Camembert
well, I
is
know,
French.
but I was trying to think of like something
It's
like
like
blue cheese.
Every
in
country is
French
only
or
allowed
something.
one cheese.
Correct.
In Holland,
Famously,
it's
yes,
Gouda
The
or
French only have
Gouda.
one cheese. Yes, everybody knows that.
Damn it.
Yeah. I
I thought this would be an easy question. This
I've
was like a
barely
warm-up
eaten cheese
question.
for years for dietary reasons. I
Oh,
don't eat cheese
now
much
he's-
anymore.
Playing the
All right,
And-
team 1. I think
Yeah.
you've got the cheeses that live within you, and it is time to go.
They're both
to
very
cheese.
good cheeses.
Yeah,
There are
you know,
two cheeses inside you.
yeah. You've made good choices.
It's like the cheese. It could be the cheese wheel of time to be a Kathy thing. right?
Oh, there we go. Nice,
Mm.
nice.
The
time
wheel
is
of cheese.
Yeah, time is
Mm.
a flat cheese. So team 2, Glenn and Annette, how are you feeling? You were there was an edge there to your ridiculing of team 1, but
I have a
let's see
list
how you.
of the beginning of words that start with C and nothing that follows them. That's the amazing part.
I
Just a
have
few
two.
letters.
I was gonna say-
I have 2 ideas.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
One, I don't know what you call it, if you would call it outside of Canada, but because Kathy, we are French here sometimes.
Ooh.
Chèvre,
Oh, chèvre.
which is
Chèvre cheese.
CH, which is
See?
goat cheese.
It is labeled in America. I can go to Trader Joe's and I can purchase a thing that says chèvre on it. So,
Chèvre. Also,
I'm-
is Colby a cheese that begins with C?
That's a brand, I
Colby
think, isn't it?
is a
I
kind
think
of
that's a
cheddar.
brand.
I'm going to be fair.
Okay.
I
Well, you get
hate
Colby-
to be this person on
Colby
the other
Jack.
team, but Colby Jack is definitely.
No, Colby is
a-
definitely
It's a
a
cheddar.
cheese.
I,
That's a,
no,
like
no.
a-
I want to confess that. Confess the Colby. But Colby's a good one. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Often blended with manchego, according to
Anyways.
reading the
Manchego.
Wikipedia article.
Is
on
my
Colby.
submission.
What's the cheese they talk about all the time on that show that Jason Snell is on? Damn it! I think it begins with a C. And I'm
Manchego.
gonna. Oh, it is
Manchego,
Manchego. Isn't
isn't
it?
it?
Yeah,
That is
Manchego.
right.
Doesn't
It is
start with a
Manchego.
C.
Always Manchego.
That's the
Yeah.
one that
telephone.
Mike's obsessed with. Yeah.
That's
Yes, it
it.
is.
That's it. Manchego. Chigo. It's just for short. It's,
No,
it's kind of a
they-
nickname
come
for
on,
No cheese slang allowed in this round. Save your
Cayenne-
cheese slang for other rounds.
cayenne
Otherwise, I would have made a
infused
case for Roquefort.
Mm.
cayenne infused cheese. That's a C
All right.
word.
I think you're spiraling. This is really
Cassine?
this is only the
Cassine
first
is an
question.
ingredient in the
There are
formation. of
several more
cheese.
questions to go. James, how many
Come on.
points has Team Two snatched?
We're at 2 each, I believe.
Okay.
And just to give you some cheeses.
Wait,
that you
wait. Did we actually get a second one? I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Did you or
I-
did you not? There was
Well,
arguments.
I think you talked over Annette, Glenn.
We said Colby.
So you
I'm
And
sorry. What was the other one?
Chevra?
Chev.
Bev.
Yeah,
Jeff?
Jeff.
which I'm
This-
accepting.
Yeah, okay.
So
2 points.
unless you want
But not
less
cheddar,
points, Glenn,
comma white. I'm so disappointed, James.
Wait, save your disappointed for James's list of cheeses.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
so we start with Cabot.
What?
Oh,
Popular
I've heard of
cheese.
that.
Don't know that
Um,
one.
Cheshire cheese.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
We could have cottage cheese.
Oh,
That's sneaky.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese,
Oh!
Kathy. Yes.
Oh, I was
dang
not in the
it.
right.
Cream cheese.
Wasn't in the
doesn't
right
count,
rut.
Surely.
Well, you didn't get it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I got it now.
I want to be very clear.
Whether there are actually 7.
James has
Uh,
0 points. So.
Carefully is another cheese.
Yeah.
Or we
yeah.
could have curds, which kind of
Cheese
is
curds.
That's a
You-
cheese. I mean, then cassine would be okay. though,
Essential
if it's
in
the curds.
poutine.
Like
Yeah.
if you had
Oh.
actually
Mm.
come up with any of these, we could have had an argument about it. But you did not.
I didn't come here for a cheese argument.
I come everywhere for a
Cheesy
cheese argument.
arguments.
This bodes well for our later questions, which seem,
Yes.
if anything, more open to interpretation.
Hooray!
Alright. Woo!
And we've already worked on these questions for quite a while to make them.
You know what, James? The secret in the future may be not to bother with that part.
Yeah.
All right, James. Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like we are currently tied 2-2.
It is 2-2, and that was round 4 in my spreadsheet, which is confusing, but that was round 1.
Yes. All right. Well, we are going to go over to Team 2. It is your choice. Your chance to choose 7 or C.
What do
I
you
have
think?
no idea
think
because
we should
I
go-
just go 7. Go C.
I think we should go 7. Go 7 and go home, right?
Okay, go 7.
That is.
I'm already home. We're all
All right.
home. I don't know what
I'm home right now.
All right. This is a. I hesitate to use the word simple. A simple question in that there are only 3 points up for grab. This is our first 7 question of the day. There are 3 sports that I was able to identify that have teams of 7 players on the field at a time. This involved in-depth research from me because I know so much about sports. There are 3 teams that field 7 players at a time.
Okay.
I will say that again. Sorry, 3 sports that have teams of 7 players on the field at a time. Obviously, the team
7
sizes may
teams,
much
okay.
be bigger. You can think of these games as 7-on-7 games, assuming they are sports of one team versus another team, and not some kind of wild.
Look,
if there's a game where teams of 7,
I don't even
face
know
off
how many
against-
people are on the ice during hockey. Like,
Mm,
this is how bad I am at sports.
I will tell
I
you,
think that's
two
it's
of
more than
those-
7.
One
Wait.
just to give you a little bit of help here.
Yeah.
And I use the word help loosely. One of these was a sport I was unfamiliar with until writing this question.
Lacrosse.
One of these was a piece of it, and yeah. So anyway,
How
3
many-
sports,
how many
7 players on a team.
I have no
seven players
idea.
fielded on the team at a time. So
How many team sizes do you know, Annette?
Like none. So
Oh,
like
okay.
literally my national sport, hockey, I don't know how many people are on the ice at a
Picturing
time.
how many
I think
people
it
are on a
might
hockey
be
game.
6.
Oh my God! If it's 7, you didn't get it. You're gonna have to leave the country under an
I
assumed
will have to
identity.
leave that country.
I think it's
are
not
you
7,
Canadian?
though, is
Annette?
it?
Are you?
No.
Is there some kind of loophole?
I have not been born here and
Oh.
lived here my whole life.
Not yet.
I have a hockey team that I cheer for, and I don't know how many.
Not for long after this, really.
Go.
Erica and Steven and Kirsten all have.
Anthony
angry at
and
me.
Kathy, you may have the ability to steal up to 3
Well,
points.
let's do some elimination because it's not football.
You
It's
can't
not-
name all the
Okay,
sports.
how many people
No,
are in
we're doing
basketball?
Basketball is it's 5-on-5, I think, isn't it?
I need you to not
Five
just
forwards.
name them. I need
You know what?
to
Maybe
say, I believe this is the
hockey-
answer.
No,
Okay.
we're doing.
Okay, I'm going back to hockey. There's lines, and there are 3 people in a line.
Yeah.
Is there a defensive line and an offensive line plus a goalie?
Well, there's a goalie. There's a goalie. Is there an offensive line, a defensive line, and a goalie? Does that make 7?
Well, welcome to 5 minutes of discussion on each.
Of like how many people are on the ice?
Every
You have covered. You have so far.
Soccer.
Almost
We've
covered
watched
one
Ted.
sport.
We've watched Ted Lasso. Are there 7 people on a side in soccer? That seems wrong. That can't be right.
There's
my
gotta be
God, I
more
can
than
tell.
that, right?
Just look at Anthony. Just look at Anthony's reaction. He's so disgusted right now that
Well,
I asked
how
that
many
question. I know it's
people
not soccer. That's
in
good.
Cricket.
It's not. Cricket is. Let me think. I'm just picturing the pitch, right? I mean, I don't know.
Baseball?
No, baseball is 9. It's infield,
Okay.
outfield, pitcher, catcher.
Maybe we need a sort of like limit
Shortstop.
per
A time
sport.
Basketball?
limit, per se.
Basketball is 5-on-5.
Oh God, if you introduced like a chess clock into,
Um,
I know, right?
I'm
I think-
thinking
I'm wondering
we
if it's
need one
like
of those.
field
We can
hockey.
add it into dice.
There's
Oh, you know what?
highlight. Highlight. I think we should say highlight just to be because my dad used to go to in Connecticut and watch highlight on the I think it's on the Peloton.
I don't know what that is.
court.
So
It's
that
a-
could be a
Highlight
possibility.
is a
let me tell
Basque
you,
sport.
it's not a possibility.
Wait, it's not.
All right.
Highlight is
They
not
used to play in
possible.
Miami
Team,
Vice.
team 2. Team 2.
Lacrosse.
I'm sorry.
Basque.
I'm
It's
sorry.
a Basque sport.
Okay,
that's
I'm
played
just
in
gonna
parts of
say-
America.
I have no idea. I'm
We should
really
say
bad
ho-
at sports.
I'm going to say hockey so you don't get embarrassed by
Okay,
it.
All
if
right.
it's
okay,
wrong.
say it.
So
Let's go
I'm
with
Here's what we
hockey.
saying
do.
hockey.
Here's-
Let's say
Just name 3 sports.
Just hockey.
For us, please.
Hockey,
It's not
lacrosse?
highlight. Lacrosse, yes. And
Do you want highlight for your third one?
curling. Curling is only 3 people though, so I know that's
curling
not
is
right.
only 3. It's not that.
See that we know.
Figure skating. No.
It's not
Name
bobsled
the third
racing
sport.
is 2 or
I-
more.
I don't want to spoil the surprise here,
Luge.
but you've got no
Basketball.
All right.
No, you said it's
No,
fine.
no, no, not
I don't care.
basketball. Don't that embarrass. You
It's
could say basketball.
whatever
Let-
Glenn
you-
said.
All right.
You say basketball.
Highlight
I'll
is-
say hockey. Hockey,
All right.
lacrosse, and basketball. Right. All right.
All right. Great list. Excellent work, people. James
All
Thompson, how
sports.
many points is that worth?
That was
all
worth-
of those were sports, as far as I know.
Yep. And I can tell you that you both between you have scored 0 points.
right.
Woohoo! Go
Exciting.
team 2.
This may be a harder question than I thought. Let us go over to Anthony and Kathy on team 1. You were psychologically tortured during that as you had
We eliminated like
Basic-
700 sports.
basic knowledge of sports, and Glenn and Annette did not provide you with any information
None.
that you do not already have.
I
as
don't
far as
even know
can
my
tell.
national sport.
But there is still the question of, can you name any sports that field 7 players on the field at a time?
Carol
Anthony and
Brady.
Kathy.
Okay, Kathy, netball.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a question because I'm
I-
not sure, but
It works for me. I was gonna say polo because I'm pretty sure there are 7 horses on each team.
Oh, okay. Volleyball, netball, polo, kabaddi was another one that I think
Ooh,
might have
good.
7.
Yeah.
Rugby definitely does not. Australian rules football, I'm pretty sure has more than 7.
How many on cricket?
11,
11. Okay.
famously.
Yeah,
Famously.
clearly, so
Famously.
famously.
Obviously. Duh.
I'm
You
so
gotta-
sorry to ask such a silly question. I was just confirming that you knew,
How many-
just verifying.
How many chuckers in a pitch?
Yeah. I'm good with honestly the 3 that you said. The
Well, but
netball.
polo was a good shout because I wouldn't have a clue. But if you're confident about that one, or
Well,
reasonably
and
confident.
my concern with volleyball is I think it's 6.
I wasn't sure either.
Yeah,
so, okay,
and
well, let's
the
drop that
reason
one.
I know this is because I am very well versed in the anime that takes place in volleyball.
Well, I
I was
used
on
to
a
play
volleyball team
at high
once.
school.
How many
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people were on that team in that?
I don't know.
Don't say. Don't tell. No, don't say.
I-
To the team.
I
But I
played for
don't
my
know
high school
if-
volleyball team, which
All right,
if you
team.
know me seems absurd now because I am
Yeah.
not a tall person. But at the time, I was of average size. It's just that everybody else kept
Okay.
Everyone
growing.
else kept growing.
You're sure, Anthony? It's also possible you've been shrinking. Team one, I need some answers.
Let's say
this
netball, polo, and the one that you said.
Kabaddi.
Yes. that
Okay,
Oh,
James, we may need to do some research here because Anthony named a sport I've never heard of before.
I googled it. Well, I know kabaddi because it was on television here a lot.
We all,
Oh,
everybody of our generation in the UK knows kabaddi because it used to be televised on one of our.
Yeah,
Could you describe what kabaddi is to our,
heard the other day.
our
Not
dullard
easily.
American
For Glenn and
audience?
Annette.
Which is
It-
one of the
it
reasons
is-
why we always used to watch it because it's a fascinating sport that nobody really understood the rules of.
So kind of like this game.
Where's it?
Kabaddi.
Where's it from?
India.
Mm-hmm.
Well, according to Wikipedia, it is a contact team sport played between two teams of 7 players.
Oh,
yes.
You
wow.
got 1 point at
Wow.
least.
That's amazing.
Everything in the definition beyond that seems to expect that I understand more about sports words than I don't know.
that.
And the images of it look like, I don't know, maybe some kind of rugby things happening. I
It's a
couldn't
bunch
tell you.
of guys stand around in a circle and like try and touch one another while saying kabaddi, 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 kabaddi.
Oh
over
yeah,
and
yeah.
again.
I've
It's
seen.
very
I saw some
strange.
footage.
Oh,
It's
in
just
America, we have that. It's called college.
Drunken fraternity ritual. Before
I-
I have
will-
a guess before James reveals all of them after their turn. I have a guess before we. Doesn't count.
We can come back to you, Glenn.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Don't worry.
Okay. You get a point for netball. Also 7 players.
Also, a sport I had never heard of before writing this question. So,
Um,
sports.
And Kathy, you were so close with your
So
polo.
close. You were thinking of ground polo. You have to think of the other elemental polos in order
The
to get
water
credit.
polo.
Water
Water
polo.
polo.
Ground polo or horse polo is played with a smaller team.
Fire polo
Oh.
just doesn't get played anymore.
Yeah,
It's
no,
played
too
once
dangerous.
and then
Yeah,
So if I was fair, I would give you a half point for your polo.
Yeah,
but you're not.
I'm not.
So,
James,
cruel,
I am
capricious.
canceling the check that I sent you.
So
Well,
James,
how many players are in polo per side?
I believe it's 3 or 4, depending.
is that
on
all?
And they're,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Oh,
it's smaller.
Is
Were you, Kathy? Were you counting the horses as players?
I mean, clearly that was
Nobody said you didn't count the horses.
Without a player.
Yeah.
That's the player.
They are
the
playing,
individual
to be
player
fair.
is the goalie. Without.
Oh,
horse.
okay.
the chaos agent horse? Is ringette a sport with 7 on each side? That's a Canadian sport.
Your
That's a
name.
little
You're
obscure.
saying words I've never heard of before.
Ringette?
Glenn.
You haven't heard of ringette? Ringette is like hockey, but on the gym floor with rings.
It's huge in Canada and
My,
Northern America.
my elite Google skills tell me it is 6 players per team.
Oh, dang! I thought it was 7.
So
What is hockey? We're all gonna be exported from Canada, even those who don't live there.
Is it 6?
I think hockey's 5,
It's-
isn't it?
I thought it was a lot more, than
Including the goalie. Would be
73 players on the side. Strange.
Ten-
really, just didn't know. The whole field.
77.
Wait, while I Google things. 6 at a time.
Oh,
6. All right. So we
Net,
I am
netminder
deliberately-
/ goalie, 2 defensemen, 3 forwards.
I am
Netminder.
deliberately not
Two
looking at the
Forwards,
YouTube.
defensemen, and goaltenders. Yes, this
Mm.
is Canadian.
I'm deliberately
See,
not looking
my
at the YouTube
instinct
page
was
because I
6,
don't
but then
want
It was
to
good, but then it's
accidentally
like
get clues or hints. But
Right.
like, I am sure that they are laughing at us.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they are.
wonder that
I warned them
As
not to
usual.
put in any hints, so they're not. They're not
Okay.
hinting. They're just making
Well,
fun of me.
this should be. This needs
I mean,
a,
valid, completely valid. I will
All right.
accept. That's
This
why
needs
we
to
played
see-
this game.
sorry, this needs a CW at the front, which is Canadian warning for Canadians watching. It will be very
that I am
damaged.
failing my people. I have
We have
no
so we have
idea
not
what
yet
I'm doing.
revealed the full list. So first up, James, I think Anthony and Kathy get a bonus point for naming a sport that I had never heard of and failed to find in my googling. So
Okay,
bonus point for kabaddi. The sports that I identified. First off, ultimate frisbee.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
is that a sport? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
in-
Don't throw things at me. I'm
Wow.
joking.
Flashbacks to high
Words,
school.
man.
A water polo, as previously discussed, and you got netball, a sport I had never heard of before. So
Heard
I
of it.
assume
What
it's played
is
with
it?
a net and a ball.
And the ball.
Yeah.
I'm a net.
It's played with a
And
net.
7
I'm a net.
players.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a sport only
Played
I
with-
can play.
A net.
All right.
Played in
I think
every British high school, as far
Really?
as I'm aware. Yeah, it's a girls' sport over here. It's
Well, that's what like
exclusively played
Ringette
by
was
girls.
introduced that way too, as an alternative to the violent hockey. You see. But no.
Also, you don't need
um,
ice.
So
Yeah. Oh,
in
well, that-
Annette and Glenn's turn, Kathy and Anthony have scored 3 points.
Yes.
This
concept
is
of-
how I expected to go.
the concept of turns is a loose framework here at 7 or C.
CC.
James, what are the scores right now here at the conclusion of 2 of our 6
At the
questions?
conclusion of 2 rounds, we have Team 1, Kathy and Anthony, have 5 points, and
Ooh.
Team 2, Annette and Glenn, have less than that.
Did you use a calculator to figure that out?
Well, I believe that it would be Team 1's turn to pick, unless James, we want to pull a switcheroo and let the underdogs pitch first. I don't know how this game works. What should we do?
I think we go with chaos and we let
Yes.
the underdogs pick.
Oh,
Chaos.
Oh, what are we doing?
Team
Woo.
2.
that's
Team
a
2.
C word.
Yeah. Team
That's
2.
the C word.
7 or C. Also, as is clear, picking does not necessarily have any guarantee. of
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, so Team 2, Glenn and Annette, 7 or C.
Well, we did so well with 7. Do we pick 7 again, or do we pick C?
Let's just
That is-
keep going with 7 since we're
Sorry,
awesome at
7.
7.
Let's
Okay,
pick
I was
7.
like,
Let's double
we
down
It's
gotta
on
got to
it.
get better. It can't get worse than giving the 2
Oh,
of
yeah.
us a
Oh.
sports question.
it was
It
like,
can't
please
possibly
don't
get
overthink
worse.
that.
It
All
can't
right.
possibly get worse.
Now I will tell you, I think this is in that Team 2 has 2 North Americans on it. This places them at an advantage for this question. This is our second 7 question here. The 7 Sisters are a nickname for 7
Oh.
highly selective liberal arts colleges in the Northeastern United States. For 1 point each, name them. Team
I
1,
can-
you will have a chance to steal any that they do not get.
I
Glenn
may be
looks-
able to name all of those because I
Oh.
have actually
Oh,
visited
good, because
nearly all
I
of those.
don't know.
Annette
Uh,
has not heard of the 7 Sisters. before.
What are 7
7
sisters? We have
it was 7
mountains.
it was at one point they were women's only colleges. Not all of them are single sex anymore. Many of them are, or some of them are co-ed. And I visited or was born in the city of most of
Go
these.
Glenn.
What are
How
they?
many-
Okay,
Glenn,
no,
whoa,
no,
in
whoa,
let's
hold
do
on,
it.
hold on.
City.
Let me. It's important to derail Glenn for the sake of Team 1. Glenn, how many cities were you born in canonically?
there's a conjunction or I
or
was born or have been to. So there's Vassar, which is in Poughkeepsie, New York, a fine city in which my family ran furniture stores for years. And there's Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts.
Mhm.
There is Holyoke, Mount Holyoke College, where my wife's grandmother went. There is, let's see, it's 3.
You're up to 3, I believe.
3.
There's,
Every single one has a Glenning. It's
I
fantastic.
don't know.
Yeah.
Let it roll, people. Let it roll.
Keep going.
I
Keep
believe
going,
it's
Glenn.
Barnard College, which is it was an adjunct of Columbia University in New York City. That's 4. Let's see. There's another. There was another that's associated with a so-called men's college. I was gonna say there's a whole thing. And when I went to Yale, Yale was male only at one point, and it was Albertus Magnus is not one of them. That was a women's only college, also in New Haven, though. So I'm not going to call Albertus Magnus one of them. I don't think so. That is not. Wait, I got 4. Let's see, so it's Vassar, Smith, Barnard, Mount Holyoke.
Hollyoaks.
Shoot. Let's see. I've been to. There's one North. Mass. Oh, I may be running out. There's. I'm going to say Mills College in California, the Bay Area, is a women's college. I think it may have actually gone out of business now, which is sad. Or there was financial difficulties. I think that's the 5 that I can come up with. The 2 others, I think I've been to them. I don't know why I can't think of them. They're not all in the Northeast, are they? Wait, Tony,
Is
what's the
California
clue?
in the Northeast?
Did you say
California's
all
not-
in the Northeast, which
Are
would
they all
eliminate
Northeast?
Mills?
I
Can you
did say
state the
that.
question again?
You did say, oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
The
Okay.
7
Just checking.
Sisters are a
Mills
nickname
is
for 7
famously-
highly selective
California
liberal
used to
arts
be in the
Famously
Northeast.
not in the
many
Northeast.
years ago.
United
What's
States.
the
For
other
1
one? There's
point.
one in New York State. I'm not thinking of. All right. I guess I only got 4.
Continental drift is
Okay.
a hell
You
of a
got
thing.
4. Is that correct,
Okay.
James? They got 4?
They got 4.
And I
Okay.
believe we can confirm that all 4 of those were correct. Is that correct, James?
That is correctly correct.
And I was
Uh,
born in Poughkeepsie.
all
You
right.
can say them. I cannot give you anything.
United. All right, Kathy and Anthony, I realize you may be at a disadvantage here, having lived in not the Northeastern United
Yeah.
States.
Or not
Having-
also born in
Yeah,
one of
Yeah,
those.
Like,
I also
just
was not
checking.
born in the Northeast.
Kathy, Anthony, did either of your parents own a furniture store in Poughkeepsie, New York?
No, my grandparents owned
grandmother
a
go-
funeral home in Oregon.
What?
Does that
Oh
count?
wow.
No,
Partial
but
credit.
I
Okay.
have
Can you? Oh,
I have a friend who I think attended one of these, and I think now actually lectures at a different one.
so
and I
possibly 2
cannot-
points here.
So
but I
you've got the
cannot remember
information.
the name of
So
either. of
I'm
them.
gonna guess Wellesley and Brown.
Brown. And yeah, no, let's go for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they both ring bells. actually.
Anything
That
else?
might be
A-
the two.
Any other guesses?
There are how many points?
There's
currently
still
up for grabs
Isn't
here?
Wellesley a cheese?
3.
There are-
Delicious.
But it doesn't
doesn't
start with a
with
C.
C. There were 3 remaining to be guessed.
Mm,
Whether they have guessed 2,
mhm.
1 or 0.
Well, they've guessed 2.
I mean, we've guessed.
Well,
two
they've
that
guessed.
may-
Yeah,
All right.
okay. Guessed
Any last guess,
correctly.
Anthony and Kathy?
What was the school in Mona Lisa Smile? No one. Okay, I don't remember.
Not even.
Yeah, those are
I've
right.
seen that movie.
And then I will say Cotty College, which was my small liberal arts school,
Hmm.
but not in the Northeast. So
Was it women's only?
yes,
Cool.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
will
where is
tell
it?
you.
in
Uh,
Nevada, Missouri. So not
that's
the
cool.
Northeast.
That's beautiful.
I will just answer that question for you, Kathy, because I saw that movie and I couldn't remember it. And it made me mad. Wellesley College is featured
Okay.
in
Oh,
Mona
it's
Lisa
Wellesley,
Smile.
right.
Yes,
Thank you.
that is the level of fact checking we will provide here.
I appreciate
All
it,
right.
Tony.
So, team 1, you have guessed Wellesley, which is correct, and Brown, which is incorrect. Brown is part of the Ivy League, which might be why you're
Oh.
thinking of that.
Okay.
Yeah, clearly.
I lost track of which things they have guessed and which things have not been claimed. I believe there are 2 that you didn't identify.
Yes.
Uh,
There are 2 others named for the actor in Harry Potter, Radcliffe.
Mm.
Oh, Radcliffe is associated with Harvard. That was one I
Yes.
couldn't remember.
Yep. And there is also, and I'm assuming this is Bryn Mawr.
Oh, Bryn
I'd
Mawr.
say
I should
Bryn
have remembered
Mawr.
that.
Yep.
Oh,
Literally
it's been
never heard of
co-ed.
it. So
Bryn Mawr
glad
is in,
I'm okay not guessing it.
Bryn Mawr is in Pennsylvania, and I think one of my junior high teachers went there.
Well, there is almost 0 chance that she will ever watch or hear this. But Jess, if you're out there, I'm really sorry that I couldn't remember the name of your college.
Was it Wellesley
At
though?
least.
Bring up her CV.
Yeah.
And,
We
cross check.
our one point, still had that Glenn attachment to
Yes.
it, so that makes it valid.
It is a
There's
tricky
even-
question. I will tell you, I live down the street from Smith and not very far from Mount Holyoke, which are both in the Pioneer Valley, a part of Western Massachusetts. It is
Great
tricky.
colleges.
Radcliffe is now part of Harvard. It's its
Right.
own institution, but it absorbed. And yes, this is a very Northeastern United States centric.
Yeah.
But there's only so many things that there are 7 of.
Yes.
Seven Sisters is good.
Goes with the
There's
territory of 7 or C.
There's an inappropriate joke about Wellesley that I may tell after the taping is over, but we'll find out. We'll see how it goes.
I can hardly wait, Glenn.
Okay. Promise or threat. We are moving right along. James, score check here at the end of our 3rd question? Question mark?
Well, for that round, Team 1 managed to get 1 point, and the extremely confident Glenn managed to get 4 points. As for the total, there'll be a short break because my spreadsheet has just broken.
Oh no!
All right. Okay. We're halfway
If
through the
only
questions.
you use PCalc.
We're halfway through the questions. This is a
Stupid
great time.
Google Docs.
While James fixes a spreadsheet to check in with our players and see how they're doing. Glenn Fleischman, my card here says that you have been on at least one legitimate game show. What happened to you that you're now here?
I don't know. It's really weird. People ask me often, how did you win Jeopardy, Glenn? I've watched you in other things. This reminds me of the Martin Short joke. Martin Short tells this regularly. It's exactly the same joke in a different form, which is when he met Steve Martin, he walked into Steve Martin's luxurious house with the script for Three Amigos or something, full of artwork. And he looked around and said, how did you afford all this? I mean, I've seen your work. And that's the reaction I get when people are like, how did you win Jeopardy? I've watched you heard you on game shows.
I did appreciate how you were able to name almost all the Seven Sisters, but didn't know the names of cheeses. So I thought that was
Elite. I'm a very particular kind of elite. I'm a poor elite.
Kathy Campbell, it says here on my card that you've recently returned from a trip to London. How was
Yes.
that?
It was absolutely amazing. I hopefully will. So please watch The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime Video, and subscribe to Prime if you have not already, so that I can go back and maybe see Anthony, and maybe James will come and visit me. But alas, I did still have an absolutely incredible time.
That's right,
Yay.
listeners. If we all support Kathy, she can go and live in London forever.
Dream.
Yeah.
It's my heart city. I had such an incredible time.
James, it says
Yay.
here on my card that you may have fixed the spreadsheet by now. How's that going?
Your card is wildly inaccurate, I will say.
You need more time there, buddy?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
let's just
take your
vamp
time.
for a little bit more.
All right.
What does your card say about Annette?
Annette, it says here that you live in Canada, but are not from Canada, and will never be accepted as a Canadian until you know the number of hockey players on the team. How's that
It's
going for
true.
you?
I was here. I thought I was born here, but have proven that I have not. We're not sure where I was born, but it obviously was not in the Northeast of the United States either.
We are ruling things out piece by piece. Identity thefts, identity thieves. Stay tuned as we narrow this thing. Let me give you a little hint here. Annette's, the first number of Annette's social security number is 7. That may or may not
It
be
is.
true.
The second is C.
Okay, yeah, we will not get any more. The C is for Canada.
Mm.
How embarrassing.
Anthony Johnson, it says here that I don't have any weird questions to ask you. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, they're about normal. I just
right.
can't. I keep having now. I keep having visions of J. Jonah Jameson shouting, "Parker, get me inappropriate jokes about Wellesley."
Wait. I got my card here says, Anthony, tell me about your books.
Yeah.
As you can see,
My card here says, wait.
behind
My
me.
card here says that Anthony Johnston has written more uniquely for the form of graphic novels than any writer in history. Is that correct? Is it?
Wow. Yeah,
Is
I
it?
am the most prolific original graphic novelist in the
Wow.
See, it's on my
Anglophone
card.
comics world. It is true.
Oh. I
That was
mean,
not something I invented. That
Have
is
you
feel like-
written 7 of them?
Do they have the
No, I've
letter
written a lot
C?
more than 7.
I've read some of them.
in addition to your work in comics, it says here on this card that you have you've also written a video game that's currently up for Game of the Year on many people's Game of the Year list. In that there is not a canonical
Ooh.
Game of the Year. Anthony, for 0 points, can you name that game?
What you're thinking of? What you're
Legally,
yes,
can you name that game?
Yeah, I can now that it's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
on sale. Resident Evil Village is up for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Jeff
and Anthony-
Keighley's famous Dead-Eyed Dorito Awards, if you know that means.
And if I were to number the Resident Evil games, which number is that?
At number 8.
Damn it!
Oh,
Off by 1, 0
Ruining
points.
It's
everything.
one better, Cinderella.
One better. All right.
And I
Oh,
can
this
now
goes to-
report that the spreadsheet is working. And in fact,
yay.
was working. I just thought the scores were wrong.
That's good. Ours
Did
was
we
too
have
high,
more than you
saying,
thhat
right?
you did?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
that's what happened.
because
better than you
now
thought.
you both have exactly 6 points.
Really?
Oh, I thought you were going to say 7.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, okay. It's anyone's game here at the halfway point. Not technically the halfway point because there's a final round, but the halfway point of the main round. Let us move along. I have forgotten. I believe that we just had Annette and Glenn choose 7 or C. So I think we are
Yes.
back over to Kathy and Anthony. You will get to choose 7 or C. Just to let you know, up on the big board, which you all can see just off camera, it's no expenses were spared. I believe, James will tell me if I'm wrong, there is 1 7 question left on the board and 2 C
you
questions.
can't see. Yes, I've been keeping track, so I know
Okay.
which
Yeah.
one to do.
So
verify
Well,
your
also,
counting.
I was going to say, as we've just had 2 rounds of 7s, feels like we should go for a C again.
I think that sounds like a very good choice.
all right, this question 2 of letter C. This is going to be an interesting round here. We're going to call this round the over or under round. As you all know, volume is sometimes measured in cc's, cubic centimeters, that is. For example, an NFL American football has 4,244 cc's of air in it. I'm giving you
Unless
that.
you're
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
We don't say bad things about him where I live, even though he's in Florida now.
Oh, look at
This
this.
is
He's not
like
even
hockey.
there anymore.
I almost saw people get into a fist fight in a Connecticut rest stop about this. It's like you don't talk about the mob, okay? People
Fist fight
have
at a
feelings.
Connecticut rest stop sounds like a good title for something.
It was,
movie.
and like literally, like a guy was just like trying to strike up conversation, and this guy with a free Brady t-shirt, like his arms went up. He was ready to, and it was
Oh
like
my
the guy
God.
was just like,
Wow.
I was just commenting on your shirt. All
It's the
right,
Coen Brothers' next
Wow.
masterpiece.
yes. So we have 3 items that have a volume of contents. And here's what you're going to need to do, Team One. You're going to need to tell us how many cc's of stuff is in the thing. I will tell you some of these are arranged. So if you get in the range, you are you would get a point. Team Two, you get to before we find out if they are right or not, you get to tell us if you think they are over or under.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna
I'm excited.
move quickly. We're gonna move quickly in this round. Maybe we're gonna try.
And that things are bigger in America, so
Yes, but it's in CC, so that's like a metric.
And again, I have given you as a hint or as a point of, I don't know, reference, NFL American football, 4,244 cc's of air. So continuing on our sports theme, because we love sports here at 7RC, here on the Incomparable Network,
He's
your
torturing
premier
us.
sports podcast network. I need to know, Team One, how much, or actually, which team am I asking?
Yeah, Team One.
Yeah,
Team One.
I need to know- All right, I need to know, Team One, how much air is in a, I think you pronounce this FIFA. No, how much air is in a FIFA British soccer ball? It is a range, so you will get you if you get it within that range, you get the point. If you're out of range, I will give the other team a chance to steal that point. Air in a FIFA British soccer ball.
Anthony has it tattooed on his bicep, so I think this is unfair.
It's not.
He just has a reference quick sheet. You know, it's
What
hard
I
though
can
because
tell you
it's
is that a soccer ball is a lot bigger than an NFL.
Yeah.
kickstand.
My guess, because it's Tony, would be 7,000 cc's. Which is
I don't think that's enough.
that's double American football. But
No, wouldn't 8,000 be double?
well, yeah, almost double.
I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, shh. I don't make a calculator app, okay?
Well, I
She
didn't
just
make this
uses
spreadsheet.
one.
Well, I did make the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I was going to say I didn't write this question, but I did write this question.
Oh, well, if James wrote it, then maybe not 7. Let's
there's 3 objects I'm going to ask you about, just so
Yeah.
we're clear here.
so we get
This is
7
a
minutes
speed
for
round.
each object, right?
So
Um,
my guess is that it's slightly more than twice an
Okay.
NFL.
So
ball.
like 9.
Right, 9, maybe 9,500, just to throw off Glenn.
Yeah.
Mhm. That is your call here.
9,507 cc's, please.
All
There
right,
you go.
9,507. We'll go over to Team Two. You have a chance to steal a point here if you think they are over or under. I will tell you they didn't get it spot on, which is unlikely
Darn
to
it.
happen. Which is unlikely to happen in this game, in this round. 9,507. Do you think that the FIFA British Soccer Ball has more or less than 9,507 cc's of air? Glenn and Annette.
I have no idea. I am just gonna say maybe less. Do you have an opinion, Glenn? Do you want to go more?
I would push for more because an
Okay.
oblate spheroid is. No, I'm just kidding.
That sounds really
I don't
smart.
know.
Let's go
Well,
over.
I'm thinking about if you divided a soccer ball in half and then in half again, you compared it to a football. would
I
a
wildly
football
guess.
Be bigger than one half. I think they are under.
Do you know the
I think-
last time I have touched a football or a soccer ball?
Is
I
that
cannot.
a
Like 30 years.
Corpus? Okay.
I was gonna say I don't know if I have touched those things.
The last time I've touched
Like
either. Well, that's more-
sports.
I have children. I've touched a soccer
High
ball. and a
school,
football,
maybe.
actually. I think their number is too low.
Okay.
I think it is more. What do you
Sold.
think? Okay.
Sold.
Okay,
James, you get to reveal how things worked out.
Yep. Annette, you should trust your gut more. And
Oh,
What
see,
is it?
blind instinct.
Oh, it's
Blind
not as
guessing.
highly pressurized, is it? Is that the thing?
Mm.
a soccer ball. We're just going with volume, and we're not going with like amount of pressure and air. A soccer ball is between 5,310 to 5,792.
Wait, say that
Cubic
again.
centimeters.
Wow.
Wait, that's the volume. Oh,
So
I
it's
see. But
only
you're
a
saying the-
tiny bit over
That's
a
crazy.
football.
Considering the
Huh.
the difference in size, that's nuts.
It's
Wait, I think this is pressurization because American
No,
football is highly
right,
pressurized,
no.
isn't it?
No.
No?
no,
It's
but
not
we're
more
talking about
pressurized.
like if you took one and you put it in the bath, how much
Yeah.
volume does it
The
displace?
displacement. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Volume.
Wow.
Mm.
All right.
In my
That
heart,
is
I know I
nuts.
was right.
I
Yeah.
used to play like football when I was a kid for my local flag team, and we played with a full-size ball. And yeah, I thought it
I will
was
tell-
way
you know,
smaller
you-
than that.
You were
Volume-
much
volume-
smaller then, Anthony.
Yes, you were
And-
much smaller then.
No, I thought
Volume,
the ball was smaller compared to a
volume-
soccer ball.
I think volume is hard for people to
But you
approximate.
guessed
Yeah.
more.
Orders of magnitude of volume is hard.
It's
to
very
assess,
hard.
is
Let's
what
do
I
it
wanna-
again.
Let's do it
it.
again. You now have 2 points of reference. You know what the volume of an American football is. You know the volume of a British
Wow.
football or soccer ball, if you will. Let's do one more sports one. I promise, only one more sports one, and then we'll go to something different. The
Something that we
amount of
actually know the
air.
answer to.
The amount of air in an NBA basketball. So I believe team 1, you get to go again, and team 2, you get to do over under. So far, 0 points earned in this
Wait, wait.
exciting round.
I can
It's the
understand
volume.
Glenn's confusion
Yeah.
somewhat because you're saying the amount of air, but we're really meaning the volume of the object. Effectively.
Volume of the object.
Okay. Well, that changes everything. That doesn't would have gotten it.
That doesn't really. Yeah.
Doesn't no.
I know almost nothing about basketball.
Do you know the size of a basketball? Is that the one thing you
Are
know?
they
Yeah.
like tennis balls?
I
I think of them more as hockey pucks because they're shaped like a. No, that's
So
wrong.
that was three-dimensional hockey puck.
All hockey pucks are 3-dimensional.
I feel like
I know that.
basketball is very similar to a soccer ball in size, but I think it's slightly larger.
Larger. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I mean, I literally, I'm
Yeah.
offering no
Yeah.
opinion. I am willing
so
to trust.
shall we
whatever you
guess
wanna
like
go with.
6,000
Sure.
Yeah.
6,007.
and 7?
All right. 6,007 opening bid. Team 2, over or under.
I have to defer to a net, regardless, obviously, because it's a net ball.
Yes, I agree with Kathy that it is. Again, I've not touched either a soccer ball or a basketball in 30 years. In my memory, I feel like it's slightly
To be
bigger.
in my defense, I'm not asking
In my
about the
defense-
texture of them. You just have to have
Yes,
seen them.
but
Nubblier or not?
my
as
grandmother once played basketball. I have no idea.
Oh, at a Poughkeepsie
Nothing.
furniture store, yes.
I'm just like I think let's go. They're under.
Their guess is too low, you're saying?
Their guess is too low, and say
I'll
that
just-
it might be slightly bigger.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
James Thompson.
Well, Annette, you went with your gut rather than Glenn, and you were correct.
No.
Yes.
I agree with her. Thank you.
Point
Also-
is that true? Wait, I missed it. What happened? You said they are under.
Yes.
So it,
Okay.
the
It's,
the
sorry,
basketball is
I would have read that as the correct
why I asked
answer
for
is over. Okay,
clarification.
got it.
Yes.
Okay, I misinterpreted it, but clearly I was the wrong person.
7,000
Someone will edit all that out.
7,104 cc's.
All right. Good work.
All right. James, do
Wow.
you want to tell us about the third object that we were interested in the volume of? Thankfully, we're moving away from sports. I'll
The-
just mention
The
the sport of basketball. One thing that Tony knows about basketball, of the 2 things that Tony knows about basketball was invented in Western Massachusetts. James, tell us about
No,
something.
it was not. It was invented in Canada. We have a heritage minute about it.
Really? We
Yes.
have the basketball. Wait, hold on.
This is a vast
I am
controversy.
shocked that the United States of America has
It's like-
stolen the heritage of.
Actually, maybe
Yeah,
it was
would
maybe he was
claim
a
to have invented
Canadian.
something
He is a
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yes, there
James
we go. He's a
Naismith.
Canadian in the U.S.
But I
so
believe
it's
he
invented by a
invented-
Canadian.
Also in the monkeys.
So, all right, hold on. We're reading more exciting reading from Wikipedia that may or may not be edited out of the final version of this. I knew that.
Hey, we're basketball.
I knew that it was invented by James Naismith, who was born and raised in Ontario and taught phys ed at McGill University. But before moving to Springfield, Massachusetts, about a year before he designed the game of basketball while he was in Springfield, Massachusetts. So, Annette, I think we both get this one.
Yes.
So, it can
No
clearly,
actual point.
There's a whole like heritage
Canadian.
minute about basketball in Canada.
and in fact, this kind of mixes that because it's like a Canadian who happened to be in Western Massachusetts at the time. So,
Yeah.
but we're Western Massachusetts.
Boston crew.
We have a basketball Hall of Fame there. All right, that's enough sports talk forever. James, what is our next volume that we are interested in?
This is the factoid that I started this question around, which I just wanted to get in. Anthony might have some experience here. What I would like to know,
I think they to my knowledge, all the players have some experience with this.
I mean, yes, I think he has
so it's not
professionally more
bagpipes.
experience.
I did wonder why you were asking James.
Yeah.
Zombies.
I would like to know the volume of blood in the average 150 to 180 pound adult human body.
we did an extensive amount of research on it. A lot of people state like volume of blood in the average human, and then it turns out like I don't know. I will just say here, I went to the Red Cross and went with their definition of volume of blood in the average 150 to 180 pound adult human body. I don't know if 150 to 180 is where that fits on the bell curve of averageness, but that's what we have. It is expressed as a range, similar to the FIFA British soccer ball. But your goal is cubic centimeters of blood in the adult human body, qualified 150 to 180 adult human body.
And why does Anthony have experience with this? Is this something you're an ex-sanguinator? No, I'm just.
Because he's
a vampire. Duh.
Glenn, he's British.
Oh, I see. Yes. Now it makes perfect sense.
It is often said that that the average adult has 8 pints of blood in their body, but I don't know what
The
that
conversion.
translates to in CC.
Metric has been your downfall.
Yeah,
I can actually look that up.
Okay. So
it's probably not true anyway.
what does CC stand for? again?
Cubic
Cubic centimeters.
Centimeters. All right.
Please don't use any computers or things here. Use only your malformed brain.
Yeah.
And if it helps, you could think about how many basketballs of blood are there.
Yeah.
Well,
If you did a
clearly I know
basketball and you
that.
filled it with blood,
I'm actually now
think-
thinking of a pint,
Of
a
beer.
milk pint glass compared
Okay.
to an NFL ball.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got
Well,
As long as
good.
you were thinking of that pint glass full of blood, this could work.
this. Okay.
I
So
need
maybe
2
three. 3 basketballs full.
Oh my God. This is gone in a very terrifying direction.
scientific method.
Remember, Team
No.
2, you were
This
thinking
is-
about whether they are over or
Let's
under.
face it, we're not going to
Festive.
get
Wow.
an actual accurate answer. 3 times
you just need to
7,000
get
would be
into
21. So why don't we say that?
Yeah, 21,007.
Wow.
Team 2, what do you think?
That-
Do you think they're over or
I'm
under?
gonna say that is under, so they are low.
You think there's
Purely
way
for
more?
no reason at all. I'm just going with sure. Let's say they're low.
I think Annette has blood in her gut, so I'm going to go with her
Mhm.
gut. Wait, no, that's terrible. You got to get that looked at.
James
I'm
Thompson,
going
how
with
much?
you. I think you think their estimate is too low for the amount
Yes.
of blood. But I'm trying to think. So
I have a
3
lot of blood.
basketballs. You have a lot of blood. I think 3 basketballs. How could you fit 3 basketballs inside a person in their veins? I'm going to go with your gut. Going with your gut. So their
That
guess is
is
too
where
low.
we keep blood. No, that is not where you keep
Wait,
blood.
that's a hell of a blood
I have a
clot.
See a
basketball
doctor.
of blood right now.
See a
it is if
doctor.
you get stabbed.
Um,
So you are
so can I ask a question first, James, before you tell them what's the right answer?
yes.
My question to all 4 of you: what is wrong with you,
We're here, Tony. What do you
James?
expect? We're not. We're not
don't-
the
Are you
same.
asking
don't
what's
know.
wrong with me
I'm not
for
like
coming
a
up with the
doctor.
question?
The other people. James, please continue.
So the amount of blood in aforementioned 150 to 180 pound average adult human body is 4542 to 5678 So it is pretty much in the range of a soccer ball.
Oh my god!
Oh wow!
Wow.
Like
And
one
Anthony-
soccer ball?
Your 8 pints is pretty much exactly at the lower level of that.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
convenient way to
right.
store all your blood if you need to. You
Well,
just have
if
to
you
have a
think
soccer
of-
ball
if-
nearby.
When I don't know if you've ever donated blood, but when you donate blood, they usually take a unit of blood, which is
Right.
about 10% of your blood, depending on you. And a
Oh,
unit of
see,
blood
I
is
did
in
not.
that-
I donate blood. I did not know that.
Also, they don't usually let you like cradle the black sack of blood.
Right.
To be like,
Like,
how much
Is this
does
the size of a
weigh?
basketball?
We're going to be
It's much-
taking
it's much smaller than
450
a basketball.
cc's out of you today.
They also don't then put it into a pint glass, so you can.
Well, you got to
see-
go to
Right.
your.
You gotta
Or
get
a
handy.
basketball.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you put this into a pint glass before I go? It's for the internet.
It's for science.
I'll tell
Definitely
you the
not a
reason.
vampire. I'm definitely not a vampire.
So I will
just like
point
to
out,
visualize. I like to
Team-
visualize blood volume. That's
Team
all.
one, you are like what 4 times off. So
And we
yeah,
thought that was,
no.
and we thought that was too
We think
little.
it's low.
Yeah.
I bleed
Team
a
two.
lot.
Yeah.
We were thinking
So
of
I
Kingpin.
believe, James, how did this round shake things up?
It didn't shake things up a huge amount, but Annette and Glenn got 1 more point. And so they are currently at 7 points to Team
All right.
One's.
Ooh,
TC.
perfection, you might say.
And-
What are we on?
Get an extra point for being at 7
6 points, I believe.
That was
Yeah.
round 4.
Yeah. All right. Team
No,
one.
Wait, hang on
Oh,
a second.
No,
We
no,
scored 2
they should have
points in
8
that, didn't we?
points. They should have 8 points.
How did you score 2 points?
They got 2 questions right, right?
Because we estimated and they didn't.
No,
Hang
you
on
were
a second.
wrong. You were wrong every time.
You were wrong every time.
No, wait, were they?
Yeah, but so,
Yeah.
Oh, it was a range.
But we only had to guess
Oh.
over and under once we correct.
Yeah.
Yes, they only got a go to guess because you were wrong every go. We
Yes.
just never said you were wrong.
My
Yeah,
God, I didn't realize that.
That is
then
it.
how were we supposed to score any points?
Yeah,
By getting-
there's-
you
this
were
is
to get
like
the
very
right
impossible.
You had to be within a 10%
Because like
range.
for the basketball, we were only 1,000 cc's off.
Yeah, that was a lot.
No.
Yeah, for the
Wait,
soccer
so
ball
hang
and
on.
for the blood.
So to score, we had to get within like 50 cc's of the
No,
exact.
you had
correct
to get
answer,
between
and
the
they only
lower.
had to guess whether we
No.
were wrong or not.
Correct.
You had to get
Well,
in
no,
between the
specifically,
lower
they had to
and the
guess whether
higher
you were-
range.
They had to guess whether you were over or under, which they only
To be
did 1
fair,
in 3.
we weren't that good at that either.
That's right. That's right.
I would like to point out this entire thing, which took who knows how long, only it
1
resulted in
point.
1 point.
Point.
I
Oh my
really
God.
don't like this round, Tony. I am holding back, but I am
You're holding
almost as
back?
angry at you as I
This is-
am with Dan when I
this
play
will be
Inconceivable.
A,
And
a
that's-
controversial moment in 7 or C history.
Yes.
We may never do this again. Clearly over or under.
7,
Uh,
To be
Yeah.
fair, you say that about
7cc.
every round.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Tony. We'll forget by next
Don't
year.
worry.
Totally
Don't
fine.
worry, everybody. We're gonna go on to other questions. Team one, save your outrage because you get to choose, I believe, 7 or C.
Wait,
Team one, how many? Or James, remind us how many?
2-2, right?
No,
One
They're
of
the
I was gonna-
underdogs.
I was gonna let underdogs, and team one is. The
Oh, I'm sorry.
underdogs.
Okay.
So, James, am I correct that there's 1-7 question on the board and 1C
and
and
1
1C. So, team one, I believe this will be
No.
the last.
You are incorrect. There are 2 sevens.
What?
No,
No, we did
have
2
had
sevens.
2
Nope. Look at him-
Cs.
look
Yeah,
at him
we've
again.
done 2 of each.
Look at them again, James.
I can see
Clearly
the
now
7,
the rain
The
is
and I can see
over.
another one, which is
So we
7
had the
plus 1.
cheese, we had the 7 players, we had the 7 sisters, and the CCs.
Oh, confusingly,
And the
James,
cheese.
one of them is a C. Well, spoilers for a future question. It'll be great.
God.
James,
So the next
See,
question
guys,
is-
pick C.
So
Okay.
this
James,
is
I
actually the
crossed
question:
out
have
the
we done
ones we did.
7?
yeah.
Team
How many
one,
points does Kathy get for getting
We've
that correct?
done 4 questions. There's 2 questions left. This will be the final chance to choose 7 or C because the last question will be the last
Just
question.
pick randomly. There's not
Right,
much in
well,
it. between-
both times we have picked a C. So should we pick a 7 this time, or do you want to pick another C?
Well, and I'm torn because on the one hand,
There is no point to this question.
well, it's not a game show game if we don't dive meta into the gaming and get really like over confused about what we're choosing. Yeah, we'll go with 7. Yeah. Let's go with
All
that.
right. This is the question that James and I argued about extensively this morning.
Oh, lovely.
Yay.
Bonus.
This question is the 7 metals of antiquity.
Oh my God.
These 7 elemental, I will emphasize the word elemental there, metals were the first used by humans.
Goodness.
And just to
we
confirm,
looked at the
just-
wording of that question multiple times.
Multiple times. So team 1, up to 7 points on the board here for you to claim. 7 elemental. Why is Tony emphasizing that? No way to know. Elemental metals were the first used by humans. I can give you more fun facts about them that would make this question easier depending on how this goes. But we'll see what happens.
I
Team 2,
want
you
to
were thinking about
confirm.
metals.
I want to confirm that it's METAL, not MED. I just
confirm.
need to clarify and confirm.
You
Yes.
see, this is what always trips me
But-
up on the spelling bee. That's why I stopped doing the spelling bee.
Yeah.
Mm,
But those
tested your
metals could be
metal.
made of metals,
mm,
such as these.
mm.
I was trying
Okay, so
yeah.
elemental metals. Wait,
We're
what was the
talking-
second half of the question?
Were the
That were
first,
first-
used by humans.
By humans.
Used by humans. See, that's,
Yeah.
You were thinking of all those ape metals? Is that what you're thinking, Anthony? This,
Well, no, I was thinking of
let me
things
tell you
like-
about my times in the starfish forges where they were.
No. I was
you know.
thinking of things like, say, is gold going to count? Because gold is an elemental metal, but
Is it one
does
of the 7 first used by humans in
Right.
antiquity?
Does it count as being used? I suppose it does. Jewelry, that's got to count,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
See, this isn't a line of questioning that I thought we would go down. We had
Yeah, I
like
know.
a whole other argument.
Yeah, no,
Which we want to know about later.
I want to.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know what.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess we'll just we argued about what counted as antiquity.
So
But
iron
yeah.
and bronze
Yep.
surely have to be in there because we have the Iron Age and Bronze Age, don't we?
Right.
And then gold and silver. See, now I'm doubting whether bronze counts as an elemental metal.
I know. I say yes. We'll go with it. Well, and
So you've named 4 things so far, I believe.
yes.
And after that, I'm struggling.
Well, and like my brain goes to flint, even though it's a stone, but it's kind of metallic, but not
Yeah,
really.
No.
So it doesn't go.
Titanium is a metal, but surely that's not.
Yeah.
That's not going to be.
Steel.
No, steel is
'cause
a
it's too
composite.
new. Yeah. Sorry.
See, this, I'm assuming that by elemental they mean not
Not
an
a
alloy of
composite.
any kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So things like nickel and steel aren't going to count.
Right. And so
What were Roman coins made of?
Faith in the emperor.
Yeah.
That's what
We don't
Jesus
talk about
Christ
fiat
said.
currency on this podcast.
That's what Jesus Christ said. Pay Caesar what he's due. Sorry.
Glenn, save it for
His
your
birth-
newsletter.
It's his birthday. It's his birthday today. We should
I
be
want
talking
to say
about
things
things.
like copper and
But
nickel.
it is not.
again, I'm sure that those are alloys. I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're alloys. Why do I not have a periodic table of elements up in my
Well, unless you had it memorized, that's kind of cheating.
Yeah,
So
We could have it off camera on the wall.
yeah, well,
It would be off camera cheating. then.
Yeah.
yeah. James, correct me if
Next
I'm
time we
wrong.
play this game,
If I don't get
I'm-
caught, is it
You have,
cheating?
you have named
don't have
4
any.
things, correct? Team 1.
Yes.
I think that's pretty good. We may move to team 2 now for time purposes. You don't have anything else burning a hole in your head there?
Go ahead and Anthony.
Because you
name-
threw
name
out
the
some
t-
things that you felt like were not.
Yeah.
We'll give you credit for the other things that you have named that you felt like were not things.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
they're not things.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you say anything that counts.
Yeah. Well, they get to name up to 7 things, and I'm just
I
helping
see.
them name
Should,
7. so
should we
can move
reveal
along.
what was correct and not correct in there?
Yeah, we
No.
should. Actually,
How many left?
we
can
should do that.
Get? Oh, all right.
So, you
So
were cor-
yeah, you go.
Well,
James.
hang on. Will
It's
doing
like-
so give away more than the phrasing of the question?
Right.
I don't know.
no,
What do
I
you
don't
think,
think so.
Anthony?
I think that level of metagaming is beyond you.
Oh,
Wow.
Are you saying we're not that
wow.
smart, James?
Wow, James, I
Holy
thought we
cow.
were friends.
What was
right.
in your tea
James,
or coffee?
you've taken the vicious scorekeeping up too high. You're I'm benching you for a
With
minute.
Noel,
I will
Noel
tell you,
Fielding, latest
Team One-
GBBO.
Team One scored, I believe, James can tell me, I believe they scored 3 points with their submission there. So
Okay.
there are
They did.
potentially 4 more short points available. I won't offer
Actually-
any more commentary about what makes a good
No.
or a bad answer.
I need to know what they said because we don't know what they said because they
Well,
said
you should
different
have
things.
listened, shouldn't you?
I was making notes,
They said,
but I don't know
they
what you're
said
counting.
gold, silver, bronze, iron as their 4 guesses.
Yep.
And they also mentioned steel, but as an alloy and something else that was an alloy. I think
They
the
said-
alloy thing isn't bronze an alloy,
Wait, they said nickel. Did you count nickel
Yeah,
as one of their
nickel.
answers?
but nickel
Did you
is an
count it?
alloy.
Did they count nickel as one of the things they said?
Sure.
You
Yeah,
did?
but they
Okay.
discounted it
Nickel is
because
not,
it's an
nickel is
alloy.
not Nickel's not an alloy.
And that is
Glenn,
one
there's a
step ahead of
reason
us.
that everybody's being so blasé about this. Nickel is not a correct answer.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I thought nickel was not an alloy. Now I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah, but
Bronze
it's
is
not.
an alloy. Bronze and brass are both alloys.
There are 2
Oh.
parts to
That's
the
what I
question.
thought.
We're
Isn't
not just
bronze-
naming metals.
Bronze is an alloy, is it
Bronze
not?
is bronze
What
is
is
an alloy.
bronze is made of?
Bronze is I forget. It's tin. These are the other elements: copper, nickel. Copper, tin, and lead are 3 of them, because bronze is is it zinc. It's
I put
copper. Brass and bronze are alloys of copper and tin with something else. I think they're different combinations.
Yeah, because I
I
thought bronze is an alloy. I had copper down. I think your lead is good.
Yeah, lead was used widely because it was used for casting, for making pewter, and for making wood type, depending, or
I
metal
think
type.
you have
depending
named
on area.
more than 4 things so far.
Okay,
Okay,
you need to
so
hone down to
I
what your
think
4 are that you're
Would
submitting.
zinc and copper make sense because they make up bronze for the Bronze Age,
Yeah,
and
zinc
also lead
and tin.
and tin? Okay.
Zinc, copper, lead, and tin.
I'm very annoyed that I didn't think of lead.
Very annoyed at you too, but it's okay.
James, congratulations. You're back out of the penalty box. Would you like to offer commentary on their answers?
Well, this whole thing changed nothing whatsoever. They scored also 3 points. So
Amazing.
the one that nobody guessed is mercury.
Mercury.
see,
I don't think of that as a
Did
metal.
write
of
that down
course.
and thought that was
Dang
like,
it.
Does that really count as something we use?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they used a lot of stuff.
huh.
Quicksilver, remember?
Yeah.
They always talking about it. I don't know what they used it for, but they're always talking
Wait,
about
so which
Quicksilver.
of their 4 guesses was incorrect?
Zinc is later.
Zinc.
Zinc.
So
It
it
is.
was
All right.
So the elements that based on what we believe and I believe this is in order of their use are gold, silver, copper, tin, lead, iron, and mercury, and they are
I see.
notable from a chemical point of view. With the exception of iron, all of them have very low melting points, so they were basically malleable and easier to use. Iron has the higher melting point of all those, but therefore is useful for various tools. And so when various civilizations were able to discover, or the ability to work with iron was kind of an important technology.
an iron
breakthrough.
age.
Yeah.
I will say
Bronze, for example, which was mentioned, is not an elemental metal. Bronze is a copper alloy. So,
and I will say the earlier version of this question used the word prehistoric, which
Ooh.
sent me down a rabbit hole of defining what prehistory meant.
Very colonialist term.
Mm.
And
I was going to
then-
say, I wanted to say antimony in honor of Antony, but then I decided that was inaccurate and also not close enough.
It showed up on lists as later in the order
Yeah.
of things. So, but these were defined according to Wikipedia as your classic 7 metals
Fascinating.
of antiquity. So,
So the current scores are Kathy and Anthony are on 9, and Annette and Glenn are on 10.
this is
Unbelievable.
surprisingly close.
Unbelievable.
We're also running very long compared to how long I thought this would
I mean,
take.
is it really that surprising?
I know.
We had concerns that it was going to be way too lopsided based on the number of things per question, because the
Yeah.
questions are very uneven. And as people point out, the over or under round is pretty flawed. that whoever goes second theoretically has it where team, as you point out, Anthony, the first people have to guess an exact number, which they did wrong every time, or within a range, because we had ranges for them.
On the other
second
hand,
people
it's still more fair than Family Feud, where
Yes.
Yeah.
one correct
wow.
answer gets you the entire
the second,
Yeah.
whereas the second people theoretically had 50% chance of just guessing over or under, and yet somehow did not get 50% of the points. So,
Oops.
All right, team. It is time for our final question before we go to the final round. Our penultimate question or a final question. I don't know how terms work. This is just a game show. But this is a C question. This is counting countries. According to CIA Factbook, that's a common source, the continent of Africa currently has 8, or you could think of it as 7 + 1 countries that start with the letter C. I believe Team 1 is currently the underdog. So Team 1, you get to go first for naming up to 8 countries in Africa currently that start with the letter C. Team 2, you are thinking of other countries in Africa for stealing points. This is one of those challenging things where we reveal how the
You're so good at geography.
these school systems of North America and the United Kingdom are not great at other things. Team 1, how's it going?
Congo.
Wait, this isn't for us. What are you talking?
Yeah,
You're
you're Team 1.
We're the
Team 1.
underdogs, so we get to go first. I don't know.
Oh, wait, this is the second question in the round, though.
That
Shouldn't we
means
go
that-
first because they
Yeah, I
did
was
first
going to
last
say,
time in
hang
the
on a
round?
second. Yeah.
It's
Anthony,
always,
don't look for logic in this. We're trying to come up with entertainment for
Yeah.
the people who are listening. They don't care about the rules. We just want to hear us fight.
I believe we've been doing
Okay.
the underdog each time.
Within
Okay.
rounds?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Okay.
The idea of rounds is a fiction that we
It's
engage
Tony's.
in.
It's Tony's world. We just live in his imagination. That's right.
I didn't know there were I thought of them more as turns.
There is also a bonus point to be had in this round.
There is. Don't muddy the waters with that.
I know I
James.
wasn't going to muddy it. Yeah, I was just holding that out as like
You're
some
dangling
thing
that.
for people to look forward to.
All right, Kathy, do you know any?
The Congo. I don't
Well,
think of it.
See, the Congo technically is the Democratic Republic of the Congo,
Right.
but I wonder whether they're counting it as one anyway. So I think we should submit it as an answer.
Yeah. That's,
So,
that's the only
can
one
I just
can
get
think
what
of.
your final answer was, though?
Congo, comma,
Okay.
Democratic Republic of.
Public of.
You get to submit up to 8 answers. So unless you have 8 answers that are better than that, you might as well put in that as one because you're not going to get to 8.
We're not.
No.
Cameroon is another. And that's it.
Think this one.
I'm really struggling. Nigeria, Guyana, Ethiopia, South Africa, Kenya,
Mali,
Libya, Egypt,
Morocco, Madagascar.
Yeah.
Now filter those by the ones that start with C.
Well, that's the problem. None of them
Yeah.
start with C.
I know. I know.
So do I. Oh man.
Coast,
got-
comma, gold.
I'm sure there's a whole bunch of Central African countries that we're just, that are just
Completely.
not in the brain. Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you that I'm just going to break in here with a late breaking fact, Kathy. Gold Coast, not a country. Second, it is a place in Australia.
Not wrong
So-
continent.
I've been there.
Hey,
Okay,
I never ever claimed that I know anything about geography.
no, that's fine. I felt like that was real important to qualify there.
I appreciate the
all right.
correction.
I believe you.
Cambodia? No, wait.
No,
that's Asia, isn't it?
That's in
Yeah.
Asia.
Damn it! I'm just trying to think of countries that begin with.
I
C.
know.
James, how many submissions do they have so far? Just 2?
They have 2 correct submissions.
Okay.
There's one that begins with Central
Oh,
something Republic,
Um,
and I cannot bloody think.
it's
what
in
it
the
is now.
center.
Yeah.
It takes a team, people.
This is terrible. I feel really bad.
I feel absolutely awful.
That
Anthony,
is the
why
goal
did you
of
not
podcasts.
write a book that takes place in Africa and done all of the
In
research?
Central something Republic.
That book, hang on, let me get that book has a subplot about a rebellion in a small Central African country, but I made it up. I created a fictional country.
We will not
Dang
accept
it!
Wakanda
Does that
or
count?
any
Dang
other.
author. Yeah, does it start with a C?
No, unfortunately, no. It starts
Dang
with an
it. Now we know.
I would have given you
Next
half a
book.
point. if
All
it
right. I
did.
think it is time. This is painful. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
time to go
sorry.
over to team 2. Team 1 has named a variety of places. Actually, I guess, James, did you want to reveal how many points team 1 has gotten?
They got 2 points.
2 points. Team 2, can you get any additional points here?
No. like team 1, I can name countries that don't begin with C.
I will.
and I
will
can't
tell you
even
that
fill in Central
3.
something Republic.
Full
Go
disclosure,
Glenn!
I'm bad at geography, and I could not have done much better without consulting the internet. So
During pandemic,
This-
my older kid Ben got obsessed with them called GeoGuessr, which it's basically a game that plops you down in Google Maps anywhere in the world. He played it obsessively because we were bored. It was pandemic. He can now name not only every country in the world and every capital in the world, but every city larger than 1 million in every country in the world.
He
So
is
he might-
not on
Why
this
isn't he
team.
on my team?
yeah,
So
is he
can
in
we
the room
call
with
in
you?
a expert? He's what I want to say is the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Chad, the Central African Republic,
yes.
which I think is literally called the Central African Republic, and Côte d'Ivoire is the Ivory Coast is called Côte d'Ivoire. Those are the
Cote
3 I got.
d'Ivoire.
I would like
I think-
to state for the record that coast, ivory is what I meant, not gold.
That's right.
just putting that
Totally
out.
Côte d'Or.
counts.
You meant Côte
Also, I wish
d'Or.
we guessed just Central African Republic because I think
I was
he's got
waiting
that
for
right.
no,
Yeah.
it's right.
All right, I think that's 3 guesses from team
Yeah.
2. James, how'd they do?
They got 3 correct.
Damn it. Chad.
I can reveal
damn it.
what was missed. So we have the Democratic Republic of Congo. We also have the Republic of Congo.
I was trying to remember if there was another one.
We have.
So
Cape-
really, our guess of Congo should have been 2 points.
Well,
That's
no,
an
that
interesting
was
idea.
That is why I asked you exactly what your guess was.
Yes.
You said comma.
We have also Cape Verde or Cabo
Oh.
Verde,
Cap
Comoros, which is an island off the side. And
Sorry,
yes,
what was
we
that
have
one?
Oh,
Comoros, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's an island down at the bottom off the east coast, but is a country. There are other places which I had a big list of things which didn't count, and I was going to tell you that they were wrong, but nobody picked them, so it's fine.
We're
Okay.
just that bad.
just
At
a few bunch of
geography.
things.
But as I
That's
alluded
hilarious.
to earlier, there is a bonus question. Over to you, Tony.
Which team is currently behind?
Us.
It is
Team 1. Bonus point. Which of the you've got the list of the 7 there? Which of the 7 is the biggest by population?
Oh my
Well, first off, there's
Population.
8.
Oh,
In
sorry.
that
Which of the
list.
7 plus 1 is the biggest by population? You have a
Oh.
1 in 8 chance of getting it right.
I'm tempted to say the DRC.
Yeah, that was what my gut was
Because it's
going
not
for.
it's not a huge geographically. It's not huge,
But
but it is densely populated, I believe. Well,
Yeah,
I mean that is just a guess.
works for me.
All right. You are correct. The Democratic Republic of Congo is
That's right.
the largest by far of those C countries. I got different estimates for what the population is, but it's somewhere in the 90 to 100 million people. It's one of the larger countries
Goodness.
in
Oh right,
Africa.
wow, yeah, okay.
So, good job, James. Where do we stand with the scores going into the
I think
final
that still
final
leaves
round?
us one
Well,
1 point behind, I believe.
I can exclusively reveal that nothing changed again that round because you both got 3
Look at
points.
those evenly matched teams.
So Kathy and Anthony are on 12, and Annette and Glenn are on 13.
Mhm.
All to play for.
Wait,
All
that was
right.
the last question.
No,
there-
there,
no,
there was
there's-
some
Just
There was-
kidding.
penultimate
like in,
was
in true
used.
7 and C. You
There
know,
has to be 7 questions.
roll.
There
We
are-
gotta
yes.
have 7 questions, and
Oh.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
guessing
yeah.
that it's gonna have something to do with
7s
sports ball.
and C's.
Yes, it's all about sports. It's not about sports at all. So we are ready for our final round. So we had 3 C questions, 3 7 questions. Our final round is 7-letter C words. So I have
Oh,
created
no.
a list of words. These are all words that are 7 letters long. They all start with the letter C. I did not use plurals.
Dang it.
I have a very short definition. I have crafted. We want to be, I think these are going to be kind of time based. So you're going to get a very short amount of time to think about these. You can, and we will do these as a team. So you get to confer, but you want to move quickly. I don't know if we actually want to set a timer, James, so much as James, when you feel like time has run out, you get to.
I feel if they're struggling, we
move on. Move on. All right. So again, these are 7-letter words. They all start with the letter C. I have a very simple definition that I've crafted that hopefully someone's going to write me emails about. I think the difficulty of these is all over the place. So here's, I guess, the one question, James, that I did not think about ahead of time. Should we do one team quickly, or should we alternate back and forth? I don't know which is more drama.
We could, like, for drama, we could like give them to individuals.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
James.
You are as capricious and words with friends.
This is how I prove that we're friends, because I don't give you any advantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So these are going to be quick. So we are going to have, we'll go kind of, so we'll go Kathy, Glenn, Anthony, Annette. Does that seem reasonable, James?
That seems reasonable. It bears no resemblance to any of the lists of people that I have here, but let's try.
Well, it was going back and forth, team 1, team 2.
I mean, alternatively, you could go in alphabetical order. That might be easier to keep track of. Which would be Annette, me, Glenn, Kathy, which is also still alternating.
I think she's last names first, counting by the number of letters, and then inverting them.
Scrabble score for your son.
All right. Annette, you're going to go first, then Anthony, then whatever Anthony said. I think Glenn, then Kathy.
Glenn,
so
and then me.
I have a very short definition. You are trying to come up with a 7-letter word. We ready? James? I've never done this before. We'll see how it goes. Ready. All right.
Thankful for your mother.
Annette, first definition: a transitional edge between two faces of an object.
I want to say connect.
0 points. Anyone want to guess at what a transitional edge between two faces of an object is for 0 points?
I would have said corner, but that's 3 edges. 3 faces, rather.
It's also 6.
And it's also 6. Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It's a word I only know because of Apple marketing.
Chamfer.
You are correct.
All right.
No points.
No points so far. The difficulty level, I felt bad. I put these in random order, and I'm like, that might be one of the hardest ones. Oh, well. Anthony, you are up next. You have a very short amount of time on the clock. Your C word, 7 letters, no plurals, starts with C. A pirate sword.
A what, sorry?
A pirate sword.
Oh, cutlass.
1 point for team 1.
1 point to the professional wordsmith.
Glenn Fleischman, please step up.
Don't lay that on me, because now I'm going to get all of the others wrong.
But right now we're tied, Anthony, and that's what matters.
Glenn Fleischman, 7-letter C word, very short amount of time on the clock. A round vegetable with white, green, or purple leaves.
And we're moving on.
Courgette. That's wrong.
Anyone?
In so many ways.
Cabbage.
I love cabbage. I was picturing an apple with leaves on the front of it.
The expression on your face was lovely.
I thought your camera had frozen for a moment.
Well, he rotated his head a little bit, but you were a level of perplexed. That was
looking at all the cabbages over there.
All right. I was worried that those were much too easy compared to chamfer, which is barely a word.
What you need is a chart of vegetables on your wall, just out of
next time.
Next to the periodic table.
Vegetables, countries, periodic table.
Kathy, please come up to the podium. Your C word, 7 letters, starts with the letter C, no plurals, a dead body.
That's not 7 letters.
You haven't said a word yet, technically. Somehow.
I mean, corpse, but oh gosh.
We will come. You know what? We're
Oh.
going to come back to that one. Don't worry about it. We're going to save it. We are back around to the team 2, I believe. Annette, we're back up to you. We're going
but
on
I
to
could
the
have
next one.
stolen that one.
Well, I think that's why we're not going to answer it right now. So we're going to keep that one.
Also, we're not stealing points in this round.
You are not stealing
No,
points.
when you got the right, you didn't
okay,
get
okay.
any
Oh,
points.
so I didn't get any for cabbage.
Cabbage.
No, but we
No.
also,
Okay.
But they didn't get any. Yeah, don't worry,
Yep.
it's fine.
I think so
Padishu.
So far, the only points that have been earned was 1 point for Cutlass. Annette, a tornado.
Cyclone?
There we go. 1 point to team 2. Anthony
Annette.
Johnson. Woo! Good answer. Good answer. Anthony Johnson up to the podium. This is where the difficulty level is all over the place. Anthony Johnson, 7-letter C word, starts with C, no plurals. Atomic number 48 on the periodic table.
Really?
It's almost as if we did this to torture
Really?
people.
Cadmium.
You got
Correct.
Whoa! There we go.
Whoa!
See?
Nice
Yeah.
work.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You are now level.
Yeah. All right.
was great.
Glenn Fleischman.
That's me.
7-letter C word, coated with sugar syrup.
Coated with sugar syrup.
It's that face again.
Mhm.
It's not cabbage.
Candied.
Candy. Ding, 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 ding.
Correct.
Correct.
I said caramelized. I was like, it's not
I
it.
knew you were
It's
thinking
not it.
caramelized.
It's
Yeah,
not caramelized.
like
A very-
58 letters. No,
A very long word. All right. Following Glenn Fleischman, I think we are over to Kathy Campbell. Kathy Campbell, a braided bread of Ashkenazi Jewish origin.
Challah.
Correct. Ding,
You
ding,
are
ding, ding. We are
correct.
moving.
I appreciate
now
the
now we're
Wow.
playing 7 or C, people. This is it. All right.
No pressure.
No pressure. We are around to Annette. Annette, 7-letter C word, to explode or be consumed by fire.
I feel like I should know this.
We've probably done it in Twiddle Party Kill.
Yeah, I can see you trying to send me brainwaves, and I am
sorry, I just got a text
I
message
can't.
from my sister who was apparently watching on YouTube saying, "I was shouting cadmium. I'm so proud of you."
Who's shouting at me? Who's
Hi,
shouting at me?
Anthony's
Getting-
sister.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, Annette. Any last
I
chance?
am going to be really mad when I hear this, but I'm not coming up with
All right.
anything.
James, should we say what it is now? Let's say what it is now. It is combust.
Combust.
All right.
Ah!
Over to Anthony. One
Always
that
easy
is
to get words out
clearly
here.
just as hard as atomic number 48 on the periodic table. This is a cupboard with shelves or drawers for storing or displaying articles.
A cupboard. Sorry, it's a cupboard with shelves. Did you say?
With shelves or drawers.
The most British question here.
Well, you say that, but
Just think of your periodic table. It's to the left.
Right next to cadmium.
Your sister's going to be so disappointed.
I thought this one.
Yeah.
You know what? It turns out I have no good ideas for what are hard words or what are easy words. So,
yeah.
It's years to figure that out.
My brain keeps wanting to say closet, and of course that's only 6. It's not right.
I think that 7-letter word is a 7 letters is a hard thing to wrap our brains around. So,
I'm
so
not
we'll do
going to
this
give you.
again sometime.
Yeah.
So,
sorry. Sorry, Kathy.
no,
No, it's okay. Can I guess for him?
Let me,
He's on my team.
all right. Anthony, I think you're out. I will tell you, this word is also New England, specifically Rhode Island slang for a frap, which is distinct from a milkshake. People will stab each other around that here. Does anyone know what this word is?
Well, now I don't know. I was gonna guess cabinet.
I know what
but-
Th-
I
You
was
are-
also
you are-
guessing
you are-
cabinet.
You are correct, Kathy. And cabinet is also
Cabinet.
Rhode Island slang for a.
I was going to say
Frap.
or could
Frap.
contain drinks, but I thought that
Yeah.
was too much of
But
a.
like
All
a
right.
frap is
yeah,
a
see, I would've
frap
got
is
it.
slang.
Cabinet, yeah.
Frap is not slang for milkshake. They're different.
I know, but frap is another New England slang. Just not.
I know. All right, let us go over to Glenn.
I'm
Only
Glenn.
15 all.
15 all. Wow. Way to keep it close, teams. Or I guess I don't know if I should say that in a commending voice or not. Glenn, an oven baked folded pizza.
calzone.
Nice. All right. Now we're 7 or seeing.
We have
I
a
talk
dispute
about
in my
easy
house whether it's
questions.
calzone or calzone.
I was
Drives me
gonna-
insane.
We say calzone.
I would not think of a calzone as a folded pizza, but clearly the internet defines it as that
That's what
in my
the
research for
Greeks-
that. All right. Kathy, you are up. We have 3 more because I wrote 7 for each team. Kathy, gender neutral slang for a cowboy.
I'll accept 2 answers.
Thing.
Oh.
Cowpoke.
Correct.
Correct.
We also would have accepted cowhand. Wow. All right. We are back around to, I believe we're at Annette. This will be the Annette. You're going to be the last question for team 2. Then we'll go to Anthony for the last question for team 1. Annette, made of clay and hardened by heat.
It's like, does Glenn know? Can we tag team the last one?
Nope. No tag teaming. I do have a tiebreaker. I have a tiebreaker question if we get all the way around.
Made of clay and hardened by heat.
Correct.
I just it's got pottery in my head and I cannot get that out.
Noted C word, pottery.
Pottery.
The C is silent.
Mhm, pottery.
I am sorry, Glenn. I'm really stuck.
All right. I think we're moving on. Anthony, final question.
That was ceramic, wasn't it?
It was ceramic.
It was.
Oh,
And
shoot.
Anthony,
I know.
if you get this right, you've won.
No pressure.
No,
But if I don't
Pressure.
get it
Change
wrong,
it
and then
a
it's
second.
tied.
Does
Which
it
would be
matter if he gets it
appropriate.
wrong?
Well, if he gets it wrong, then we go to a tiebreak.
Oh, okay, good. I have a tiebreaker
Oh,
ready.
can we not have a draw? Oh, okay.
No.
We can
This
draw.
isn't football.
I've got a tiebreaker ready because it's a.
We've been in extra time
overtime.
for about 40
Mhm.
minutes. So
Yes, we're way over. Anthony, a poison that smells like almonds.
Cyanide.
There you go. 7 letters, 7 or C. James, what is the final scores here?
the final score is that Kathy and Anthony got 17 and Annette and Glenn got 60.
Wow!
It was a
Congratulations,
good
team 1.
game.
Extremely close, a close game there. I will tell you, but I will just share with you what the tiebreaker was going to be. We were going to go back to the question I didn't let us hear the answer to.
Cadaver.
This is a I
Cadaver.
consider-
Cadaver.
specifically a dead body. I came up with 3 7-letter
Oh.
C words for a
What?
dead body. You got cadaver. Can you think of any other ones? One of those have been a
Dead
stretch.
body.
Dead body, cadaver, or corpse. Other letter it says
Corpsed is really
No,
not corpse.
no, corpse is not a word.
Corpses is-
still
does not-
6
I
as
was-
well. So, yeah.
Cool boy. Cool boy.
The other
word.
words I had on there, we were going to have potentially, which I guess that would have possibly stalled as a
Yeah.
as a tiebreaker. I also had carcass and carrion.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And
I guess
fun
that's-
story. The
Now,
fun
now
story
I
is
just want to hear the pathologist on Law and Order refer to the body on the slab as a cool
As
boy.
a carcass.
This cool boy right here.
and the fun story. Amazon was originally cadabra.com until Jeff Bezos kept calling people up and they'd say, Cadaver? Cadaver.com? What are you selling? And he's like,
Should have
we're not
called
calling
it
it Cadabra.
coolboy.com.
Mm.
Yeah.
cool boy.
Quick,
I'm
James.
just going to say I
go
was very proud
to
of myself.
hover.com. Find out if coolboy.com is available.
For all your deaf needs.
Yes.
I was very impressed with myself when I came up with 3 7-letter
That's
C
That
words.
is very
That's-
impressive,
wow.
Tony. You should.
All right, well-
thumbs up.
Teams, we have learned a lot about what question types are controversial, what we'll be sure to do again next Thanksgiving, and what we'll never do again We'll never play over or under again.
Thank goodness.
I mean, we covered basketball, football, soccer, and the human body. What else has volume in this world?
Polo, water
Nothing.
polo. You know, how much volume in a horse?
What else has volume?
How much blood is in a horse? For answers to questions, thank you to everyone for joining. Thank you to those that are watching or checking out the bootlegger live stream after the fact. Team 1, you're reigning champions. I don't remember who won last year to compare that to, and there's no record of that except for the recording. Kathy Campbell, Anthony Johnson, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony, and thank
Glenn
you everybody
Fleischman.
for watching on YouTube.
Yes.
Glenn Fleischman, Annette Weir's a strong showing. You'll get them next year, no doubt. Thank you for being here.
You'll always be my cool boy.
I think that's a threat, not a promise.
James
By his
Thompson,
definition, it's a body, so he's going to kill you, I think.
James Thompson, thank you for being our scorekeeper extraordinaire, wordsmithing my questions and telling me when I was wrong. It was a delight.
Well, this simultaneously went much better and much worse than I
And,
Like every incomparable
Oh
game
my
show. to be
Right,
fair.
right. Yeah.
Exactly.
This was amazing.
special thanks to Dan Morin and Jeremy Goldstein for helping me with the questions and raising the level of, and I use this word, quality in 7 or C. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Should I tell the Wellesley joke now?
Gotta
No,
stop
we're
live
recording.
stream
No, wait.
appropriate?
The Wellesley joke will be posted on the Incomparable member Slack, assuming it's not too horrible for that.
At which point
James.
I will be canceled.
James,
No, it's not that
take us
kind